When I received the call, I kind of went to the audition, the callback, and then I just let it go because you never know if you're going to get the job or not. So I let it go. And then a few months later, I got a call in the afternoon. And I usually would let that call go to voicemail. But for this afternoon, I picked up and it was Violet Holmes. And she said, Jennifer Jones, this is Violet Holmes, and I'd like to offer you the Super Bowl 22 halftime show. And it was my first big offer of this magnitude, and I asked her if I could call her back. So I took a walk around the block. A half hour later, I went back and I called her and I accepted the job. And it wasn't until a few nights later, I was watching the 11 o'clock news. Channel 4, Sue Simmons came on and she said, Radio City just hired their first Black Rockette. And I said, huh, I wonder who that is. No one had said anything to me. My mother called me. She's like, Jennifer, is that you? And I said, nobody said anything to me. I have no idea. And come to find out a day or so later that it was me. Well, it was a learning process on so many different levels. You have to learn Rockette language, how to toe the line, heel the line, how to move back and forth in perfect unison, move through lines fluently, and still do all the choreography. So the women that I had danced with going into the Super Bowl had danced together for at least 25 years. So they knew Violet's her language. They knew her bediddling. They knew how to move seamlessly through lines. So it was kind of just the new ladies that had to learn all of that. And on top of that, I had um, more interviews and more press that I had to deal with at the same time. So it was first of all, I got to do something that I love to do on a grand scale. I always wanted to dance. So and dance all day, dance for 8 hours. What more could you ask for? So the learning process with me and choreography never set in that day with me. So I would have to learn the choreography. I would go home. My kitchen would become my dance studio. And then I would go back the next day and the choreography felt so much better in my body. So it was a lot of work. But I was doing what I love to do. The thing about the Rockettes is that you don't want to stand out. If you stand out on the line, you're you're doing too much. The Rockettes, it's supposed to be 36 women dancing on the stage looking like one dancer. Violet Holmes is quoted in the New York Times in the early 1980s saying that if one or two Black girls were on the line, we would lose the precision of the Rockettes, which is its hallmark. So this is an antiquated thought process that has come down. Now, if you look at the line, there are, and especially social media, Radio City is trying to have the line more integrated. I think that if you go see a Christmas show, it's harder to see the integration. I don't think there are too many, Black women on the line or Latinas. I think they're trying to, do more. My first year, I had to learn everything, but as I became a more seasoned rockhead, I knew some of the routines, so it was easier to do the show. And then once the show started, I would break my day down. Say it was like a four-show day. I would break it down into breaks. So my first break, I would take a nap. My second break, I would eat something. My third break, I would take a shower. And, then it would be the fourth show, and then I would go home. So that would kind of how I would break down everything.